So what have I learned about YouTube? I actually started YouTube for the first time in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. I had a weightlifting channel and it got a lot of views. It was a very popular channel for a long time. And I decided to end it because at the time I started to do a lot of other stuff than weightlifting. And YouTube was just beginning to start to punish you for doing things outside of your normal video range. So I started riding bikes more. So I started videoing that. All right, cross country stuff, Habusas racing, Harley racing, all types of motorcycles, dirt bikes, all that stuff, four wheelers, side by sides. And I had that channel for a while as well. And then I went from that to a talk channel where I used to talk about leaving the country, experiencing new things, my life living overseas in Africa, living overseas in the Caribbean, living overseas in different places. And those channels all did very well for a long time. And at some point, I got tired of social media. I got tired of having the camera in front of my face. And I just decided that it's time. And I stopped. Now I hop back on YouTube. All right. Now this has been years, right? So YouTube is completely different than it used to be. And everyone is starting to see that. All right. To become monetized is not impossible, but it's very difficult. People talk like it's very easy. It's not very easy. And it doesn't matter how good your content goes. You have to understand how YouTube is working. They have put their money behind the big horses. You understand? Big horses, the big names, Mr. Beast, Cali Muscle, all of these big name YouTubers. So they put their muscle behind them and they push them and they make sure their videos stay in front of everybody's face. What made YouTube actually popular back in the day was the fact that anybody could post and be seen and become viral, right? Because some of us have good content, we're just not being exposed, and YouTube is not exposing certain channels. This channel that I have is not being exposed. I can tell by the engagements. They're going to make it look like I'm not doing a good job as a creator, that I'm not creating stuff that people want to see and things of that nature. And it'll make you feel a certain type of way. It didn't really do that with me, but I've talked to people and I've understood them when they're trying to build their channel. So I understand exactly what a lot of you guys are going through. But I'm here to tell you today, if you are getting on YouTube with the mentality that you wanted to monetize your content one day, you're likely going to be disappointed. Likely going to be disappointed. YouTube is only really looking for one particular person. This person is a person who posts videos and they really stand out. All right. They create their own niche, so to say. This person will be a person that is pretty much a donkey with a clown suit on. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to down anybody. I'm just telling you the facts. All right. They're looking for something that is very different than what they already support. All right. And if you have a channel, for instance, I do a lot of farming, gardening. I raise marijuana. I do all kinds of stuff on this channel relate to farming. Well, it's not going to get a lot of views because they already have people that do those things. And those people in their eyes do it better than me because they have all the views, because YouTube continues to push them and don't push me. You understand? That's what's going to happen to you. So you're going to produce videos and you're not going to get pushed. So you're not going to get really any real engagement. All right. You also have people who are spending their own coin or going to certain sites and putting in your information about your channel and getting your channel bombarded with a lot of fake views. All right. And that will kill your channel. And this is coming from the bigger channels. They see your channel as a threat and they don't want to share any of their views with you. So to keep your channel out of the list, they attack channels that are smaller than theirs. These channels have money, man. All right. These channels are not broke. These channels have millions of dollars and they can dedicate a year, $1 million. I knew a guy with a very big channel. I'm not going to say his name. And he was pulling over $1 million a year off of YouTube. And he says he dedicates about $100,000 a year just for that, just to circumvent and shut down other channels that might be able to steal some of his audience. I mean, it is crazy out here. So that's why I said, if you're doing this with the mentality that you want to monetize one day and you want to make money, it is a very small likelihood chance that that's even going to ever happen to you, let alone YouTube would just push you and give you a chance. Now, back in the day, you can get on something like TikTok and you can put videos out there and TikTok would push individuals and give you a chance. But because they got their list of top curators, they have become like YouTube now, where they don't really want to push anyone All they want you to do is pay them to push you. YouTube is also doing this as well. All right, that you can pay for engagement. They tell you that it's illegal to pay other people, but it's not illegal to pay them for them to open the gates and allow a little more information to come to you so you can be seen. It's crazy. It's like a Ponzi scheme nowadays. I produce videos because they're fun, because I have nothing else to do. And I just, there's that one person that might actually find my channel important and actually learn something. So that's the main reason why I produce these videos. I am not producing them with the mentality that I want to monetize, because I know today that's highly unlikely, even though I had channels that were monetized back in the day. All right, one of my channels was making $1,500 a month, so I was doing really well, as a YouTuber. But I just decided to let it go at that time. So I'm back in the game, and this is purely information. This is purely education. And a lot of times I'm shadow banned, and that's YouTube. That's just YouTube suppressing my channel. They don't want it to get big unless I'm willing to pay for memberships and play ball. And I'm just not that kind of person. I'll shut it down and be gone again for another 6-7 years, So people just think about that. I just want everyone to think about that. Think about how much time you're putting in to edit videos, how much content you're trying to create, how much things you're having to buy to create said content. And all of this is for YouTube to put an ad on your video when they do a show it to somebody, and for them to make money and to give you nothing. And they're also demonetizing a lot of videos. A lot of people are getting up to a certain point where they can actually monetize, and then they demonetize by taking the video down and saying, hey, this video is not legit. So this is an issue you got to deal with as well. All right. So there's a whole lot of different things that can make it where you're not going to be viral. You're not going to be monetized. You're not really going to grow an audience. If you do, it's going to take a long time. So that's what I really produced the video to tell you guys, is you're going to have a massive amount of patience. Because I had a big YouTube channel, a couple of channels, I understand the amount of patience you're going to have in order for this to become a reality. Okay, so I just want to put out this video. I wanted everyone to know exactly what's going on in YouTube. If you don't know exactly possibly where you stand within YouTube, there's so many factors that I haven't discussed yet that can actually make it much more difficult for you to be able to even be seen. All right, even to collect an audience, even to be given a chance. It's just not the platform it used to be. And this is almost all social medias. I mean, you got things going on X, you got things going on Facebook, Instagram is doing all kinds of things. You got things going on TikTok. A lot of the social medias today all have their qualms, they all have problems. So you just have to make a decision on, do you want to be part of it? How far do you want to go? How much of your information are you willing to share across the internet to strangers? And most of all, understand that someone else is going to benefit off your work more than you. There's one other thing I wanted to discuss. And I've been seeing a lot of people produce videos and bigger channels copying their videos and being viral with it. Because, they just don't have the reach, and the big channel has the reach, and they literally do that. Back in the day when I used to do my weightlifting videos, Cali Muscle, and there was another guy back in the day used to copy my videos, and because he was a bigger YouTuber than I was at the time, his video would go viral, and mine would have like 150,000 views, and he would have like 2 million views off my video. And one time I called him out about it. He knew he was doing it. He was like, yeah, I knew. No big deal, man. Why don't you come work out with me or something? And, not all bigger channels are actually as cool as he was about it. Some of them will just do it and just look at you like, shut up, I'm the big channel, so I came up with the idea. It's like, wow. All right, so, but anyway, that's off the point. The point is, people just understand your place in YouTube, understand how things are going to be going forward, and make sure you think about that before you put a lot of time and effort into making videos and basically making other people rich. All right, peace.